dear children. Right? Today we are going to do 28th lesson tessellation. Right? 28th lesson, that is tessellation. Right? So actually this is a new concept for you. Right? But this is very easy and very interesting. Consists with different shapes, right? Different colors, and you are going to create some designs. Right. So first we'll see what is called as a tessellation. Right. So tessellation is the process of creating a design using different shapes. Process of creating designs using different shapes. Right. That is a simple idea. So in the environment also you can see different creations using different shapes, right? So and also on the floor and some courtyards, then on some clothes also, right? Some clothes there are different shapes according to a pattern, right? So those are the examples for tessellation, right? So tessellation means creating different designs using shapes, right? So, but to be a tessellation, right? So there is a condition, right? There are two conditions, right? They should be closely fitted together without gaps or overlaps, right? That is the condition. I will show you the designs later, okay? Closely fitted together without gaps or overlaps, without gaps or overlaps, right? You know the gaps, right? Gaps, you know, right? The difference, no? Gap. Here, this is the gap, right? This is the gap. So, overlap, what is called as overlap? Yes, this is the first one. If I draw it like this is overlapping, right? Overlapping, right? So, gap is the difference. Right. So, in a tessellation, there should not be gaps and overlaps. Right. Okay. In your textbook also, they have given the different shapes in the environment, right? In your background, yes. Okay. Now, I will show you some designs, right? I will explain them again later, right? So, these are the examples for tessellations, right? Tessellations. Okay. Here also, right? So different patterns using different shapes. Right. In the activity 1, right? Create a design by repeatedly drawing the shape in this figure on a page in your square rule exercise book, right? We are going to do the activity 1 now, right? Activity 1. Activity 1. Create a design by repeatedly drawing the shape in the figure, right? They are given the shape. You have to repeat drawing and create a beautiful design here. Then color your design appropriately and make it an attractive work of art, right? So the shape is given now. So you can create beautiful designs and you can color them to create an attractive work, right? So at the beginning of this lesson, right? It's easy to understand the concept using this activity. So children, please do this one. This is very easy and interesting. Now, we are going to divide these tessellations into two groups. Yes? They are pure tessellations and semi-pure tessellation. Right? So, pure tessellation. What is second group? Semi-pure tessellation. again we are having the activity, right? Activity 2. Let's do that one also. That is very important. Activity 2. Before we identify these two, do the activity 2. So figures are given. How many figures in this chart? Yes, in this page, yes, 6 figures, right? First one, second one, yes, likewise. Figures of several tessellations that have been created using various shapes are given above. Copy the table given below and complete it after carefully observing the above tessellations. So what you have to do is find what is the sketch of the shape, right? In page number 150, right? You have to write the figure number, not number the figure, and sketch of the shape, right? You have to identify what is the shape. So first one, yes, I will draw the first figure roughly, yes. It's like this one. So, can you identify what is the shape? Yes, very easy. What is the shape? You have to draw the sketch like this, right? So, I will do 3 examples, right? You have to complete the rest, right? So, the figure 2 is like this. It's like this. So, can you identify the shape? Very easy, right? Yes. What is the shape? It's like this, no? It's like this. Can you remember this shape? Yes. This grade 7. You learned, right? In second term, right? So, what is this shape? How many sides there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, this is a hexagon. So, the shape is a hexagon. The previous one is a triangle. Right? So, the third one, yes. Somewhat, seems like somewhat different, but you know this shape. Like this, right? So if you take one shape, yes, what is this one? Let us sketch the shape. What is the figure? Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, having 4 sides, but this is not a square or a rectangle or a parallelogram. So what is this one? Yes, this is not a rhombus also. A trapezium. It's a trapezium, right? This is the answer of the third figure, right? You have to draw these figures by observing the given figures, right? So 4, 5, 6 you can complete. Okay. So now we'll see what is called as what is called as a pure tessellation. Tessellation that is done using just one shape is called pure tessellation. Tessellation that is done using just one shape. Yes, in this figure there should be only one shape, one particular shape. Okay, so take this one, right? Yes, there is only one shape. What is the shape? Yes, it's a hexagon, but no any other shapes, no triangles, no circles, no trapezium. So what is this one? Hexagon. So there is only hexagon, right? So since it is having only one shape, we call this one as a pure tessellation. A pure tessellation. Right? Okay. We will draw it here. I will draw this one. on the board, right? We will have more examples. In that activity 2, you are having that examples, right? Check whether they are equal or not, right? So, okay, this one, right here. Right, this is my creation, okay? Right. So, now, again I am explaining what is the theory. Yes, tessellation that is done using just one shape is called a pure tessellation, right? So, there is only one shape, therefore, this is a pure tessellation. Okay, dear children. So, under the definition of a pure tessellation, yes, you are having activity 3, right? So, yes, page number 150. So, there are two figures here. Copy the triangle in the figure and cut out 10 triangular laminars of the same size using colored paper, right? So, you have to use a colored paper and cut 10 triangular laminars, right? Here, there is a triangle. What is the other figure? 1, 2, 3, 4 years. That is a trapezium. So, 10 triangular laminars. Then, by using the cutout laminars, create a pure tessellation and paste it on a page of your exercise book, right? By using the cutout laminars, yes, by using these laminars, you have to create a pure tessellation, right? Copy the given quadrilateral and create a pure tessellation as above and paste it on your exercise book, right? Here, don't mix these two. To be a pure tessellation, there should be only one shape, I told you. So, you have to create two separate creations. One is from the triangle, the other one is from the trapezium. Don't mix it, right? Okay. Then, exercise 28.1. Right? Then, exercise 28.1. 28.1. You can do now 28.1. Right? There are three small questions, right? That is theoretical part. Okay? Please do this exercise. Please write the answers. Now, the second one. This is the first group, first section. Then, the second one, semi-pure tessellation. Right? Semi-pure tessellation. This is the example for pure tessellation, right? There is only one figure. So now the semi-pure tessellation. Right? I will write the topic here. Semi-pure tessellation. Semi-pure tessellation. Right? Semi-pure tessellation. Yes? There are two figures given in your textbook, page number 151. The above figures shows two tessellations that have been created using different shapes. Examine and see whether you can identify the shapes in the two figures. Yes? First, before we are moving to the definition, right, they have asked us to identify what are the shapes here. What are the shapes given here? Yes. The first one, yes. Yes, it's like this actually. This one, no. Oh, it's very beautiful, right? So, what are the shapes? First, to identify what are the shapes? Yes, there are 6. And so, this is a hexagon. This is a triangle, right? Hexagon, triangle. Again, hexagon, triangle. How many shapes here? Only 2 shapes. Only 2 shapes, right? So, tessellation. The second one also, right? That is the shape of the square, but 2 different sizes, right? So, now Now the definition, tessellation that is done using two or more different shapes, right? Not only two or more different shapes is called a semi-pure tessellation. Semi-pure tessellation, right? So what is the condition? There should be two or more different shapes. Two or more different shapes. Then activity 4. Activity 4. There are more activities in this lesson, right? Because this is a very interesting topic. The figure shows a tessellation that has been created using triangles and quadrilaterals, right? So, can you identify? Yes, squares, triangles, again squares, right? So, triangles and quadrilaterals. Triangles and quadrilaterals. So, create another tessellation using triangles and quadrilaterals and paste it in your exercise book, right? First, you observe this one, right? Check this one carefully. Then you have to create another creation like this, right? As an example for semi-pure tessellation, right? So, if there are two or more different shapes, so that is called as a semi-pure one. Yes. Then again, yes. The figure shows a tessellation, right? This is very important part, yes. After the exercise activity 4, right? Below the activity 4, the figure shows a tessellation that has been created using squares. A point at which vertices of several of these squares meet has been marked as P. Okay, I will draw it on the board. Right? That is another important point. Let's see what is that. Figure given in your book is this one. Right, this is the figure. So, the figure shows a tessellation that has been created using squares. Is it true? Yes, there are squares. So, is that a pure one or a semi-pure one? Yes, very easy. It's having only squares. So, this is a pure tessellation. Right. A point at which vertices of several of these squares meet has been marked as P. So, P is a point where the vertices meet, right? So, as depicted in the figure, the angles of four squares are around the point P, right? So, angles of interior angles, right? Angles of four squares are indicated here. They are located around the point P, right? All the angles located around this point P. So, the magnitude of an interior angle of the square, we will write it, the magnitude of an interior angle of the square. Yes, what is the magnitude of an interior angle of the square? Yes, you know. How many degrees? Yes, it's a right angle. So, 90 degrees. 90 degrees, right? Then, the sum of the angles around the point P. Okay, the sum of the angles. The sum of the angles. The sum of the angles around the point P. Yes, where is P? It's here. The sum of the angles around the point P is how many angles here? Such right angles. Yes, 4 right angles. So 90 times 4, 90 degrees times 4. So what is the answer? 360. minus 37. Students, you don't know the angles around a point, the summation of the angles around a point, right? But here you can take it using this 90 degrees. Yes, one angle is 90 degrees. So how many such angles? 4. So 90 degrees times 4 is 360. So the sum of the angles around the point P is 360. So we can similarly show that the sum of the angles around any point is equal to 360. Right? So similarly we can show, yes, here we have taken it using this diagram, but if you take another pure tessellation, you can have the same conclusion, right? So similarly show that the sum of we can show that the sum of angles around any point, right? Any point, not only this point, this one, this one, this one, any point. Yes, here also, right, we can have some more squares now. So similarly we can show the sum of the angles around a point is 360, right? Then in this purple color box, right, the sum of the angles around a vertex point of a tessellation created using rectilinear plane figures is 360. Okay? Yes? Take this pure tessellation. Yes, here also. What is the angle of a regular hexagon here? Yes, this is a hexagon of 120. So how many 120 is here? 3. So by this one, using this one also, we can show the same thing, right? So 120 times 3, that is 360. Right? Again, I have taken this point. This 120 is the interior angle, right? Up to now, you don't know that one, right? But it's 120. So how many such hexagons? 3. So 3 times 120 also 360. By using this one also you can prove that the sum of the angles around any point is 360. Sum of the angles around any point, right? So the sum of the angles around a vertex point. So this one and this one, we can call them as vertex point of the tessellation. Right? You know that these corners we call as vertices, no? Vertices. So these places we can call as the vertices of the tessellation. Right? These meeting points, right? We can call them as the vertices of the tessellation. Not the vertices of the figure, vertices of the tessellation. So the sum of the angles around the vertices of the tessellation is 360. So that is the conclusion, 360. Right, then accordingly the shapes that are selected to create tessellation should be such that the angle of 360 around a point can be covered by them without gaps and overlaps, right? So don't forget, right, there are no gaps and no overlaps in tessellation. That is the most important thing, right? So you can do 28.2 now. 28.2. Observe the figures, right? Observe the figures carefully and do exercise 28.2. That is also very interesting. You have to observe the figures. Yes, these different figures. Then again you are having activity 5. Create a semi-pure tessellation using 2 or more shapes that you like and paste it in your exercise book. Create tessellations with each of the following shapes, right? So as a homework, children, please create a pure tessellation and a semi-pure tessellation. Right? Create a pure tessellation and a semi-pure tessellation. Right? This is another homework. Right? And activity 5 also. Activity 5. The first one here, the semi-PO one now. Then activity 5, second question. Activity 5, question number 2. Right? Activity 5, question number 2 also. Right. So then the next topic, creating tessellation designs. Right? Creating tessellation designs. So there are no theories here. You have to create tessellation designs, right? Not only these two, PO and semi-PO, the examples for these two, you can create more and more, right? See the examples in the textbook, very beautiful, right? First one, they are having birds, then second one, yes, they are also having, yes, ships, yes, or something. Then the third one, again birds, then the last one, yes, seems like dogs, right? Very interesting. We have used different shapes to create beautiful designs. Activity 6 also, you are given 2 shapes and you have to create a tessellation, right? First step, cut out the rectangular shaped lamina, then on the lamina, yes, draw any shape and cut it out and you have to paste it. Paste the second part that you obtain in, yes, as the given figure, right? First figure is this one, no? Yes, the figure is like this, right? Here this is activity 6. Activity 6, right? Activity 6 also, you have to create a beautiful design. The figure is like this, then figure is the rectangle, so you have to cut this triangle and you have to paste it like this. If you cut that triangle, you are having a figure like this now, right? Then paste it here and then you will have another different figure like this. Using the net that you prepared in step 3, cut out the laminas using colored papers and create a tessellation design. Right? So you have to use color papers. Yes? You have to use color papers and paste the figure again and again. So you have to cut more figures like this and create a tessellation. Okay, that is activity 6. Yes, following the steps of activity 6 above, create various attractive tessellation designs using different nets and display them. So we can use this one as the net. So we can use this net again and again and create very beautiful designs, right? So this is the end of this lesson. So I will recall it again. So here tessellation is the concept. So you have to keep in your mind, yes, what are the examples in the environment and in the day-to-day life. Yes, what are the examples? Then what is called as a tessellation, right? I am again telling you, tessellation is the process of creating various designs. Yes, creating designs consisting of repeated use of one or more shapes, right? Repeated use, one or more shapes. Most important, very very important thing is closely fitted together without gaps and without overlaps, right? So that is the definition. Then we have divided that tessellation into 2 groups, PO and semi-PO. PO tessellation means, yes, tessellation using only one shape, yes, this one, yes. Then semi-PO means tessellation using 2 or more shapes, right? 2 or more shapes is like this, right? Here hexagon and a triangle. Right, so that is semi-PO tessellation. Then you are having an important point like the angles around the vertex of a tessellation is 360 degrees, right? That is that part also, right? How to take it, right? You have to consider the interior angles of the shape and create, and multiplying by the number of shapes, you can have the answer 360. That is also important. Then as the last part, yes, you have to create tessellation designs. To practice this concept easily, you have to engage in these activities and exercises, right? These are the homework. right? This is very small one. Then this one. Don't draw these figures, somewhat complex figures in your textbook, but you have to create a pure tessellation and a semi-pure tessellation, and also do activity 5 and 6 to practice this concept, right? Okay, actually this is important and very interesting topic. So this is the end of the lesson. So I hope you have understood this. You have understood this one. Yes, then please do the exercises, and thank you very much.